Yo, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to Talk Red Devils Talk. I just want to say a massive thank you for the major support that is happening. It's been fantastic. I'm keeping up this little thing that I've got going. I don't know whether to call it a series just yet, but today I'm just going to be talking about Jadon Sancho to Manchester United, the full story. And yeah, what can we expect in the next two transfer windows, the January and the next summer one? So yeah, stick around. Let's get into the video. Woo! So as we all know, when Ole Gunnar Solskjaer took over, there was the whole speculating that Manchester United wanted to buy Jadon Sancho. But we didn't qualify for like Champions League. We didn't really qualify for anything really. So I think Borussia Dortmund didn't want to let their sort of like star man to go. And he's only 19 years of age, so he's still a baby. He left Man City to go to Dortmund, and Manchester United were trying to buy him. Well, we're thinking of buying him. I mean, he wasn't as expensive as he is now, but we still got a chance. I mean, you know, there's been a whole like thing saying that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants to sign Jadon Sancho and he wants to sign him in the next transfer window. So I don't know whether that means, you know, the next transfer window is basically the January transfer window, or he wants to sign him in the summer, because he thought he was like a major priority, because like by that time he's going to be 20 years old, so he's still going to be young. Yeah, so basically, in my personal opinion, Jadon Sancho is a fantastic youth. He's brilliant. You know, he's done a lot so far in the space of, you know, since he's sort of like turned properly pro. You know, Borussia Dortmund are very lucky to have him. But I just feel like, you know, he's such a young lad and he's English himself and things like that. You know, we could do with someone like him. I don't know whether we could do with more of him, but we could do with someone like him. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, he's a good sort of young football player. You know, but the thing is, his price tag is going to go up massively by the next transfer windows, especially if he continues his form. That's the only problem. And I'm just thinking, like, I want to ask you guys, is it worth spending out a lot of money on someone that is 20 years of age, who really hasn't sort of, how do I put it, proven himself massively in the Premier League? I mean, he's had a fair few games, I guess, for Borussia Dortmund, but he hasn't really proved himself just yet for the Premier League. I'm not saying at the end of the day, we got Daniel James. He was only 15 million plus 5 million on add-ons, so it's only 20 million. But he's 21 years of age. He sort of proved himself at Swansea. And he was, you know, the first few games that he's had with us, especially the one against Chelsea, he was absolutely fantastic. So we couldn't really complain about that. But it's just the whole thing with him, you know, he was going to be like a top priority for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for Manchester United. There's still talks about it now. I mean, us and Man City are the only team sort of hunting him. Arsenal were sort of linked with him over the summer, but there's something like a bid that was turned down. It was like, was it 28 million? I think Borussia Dortmund are looking at a range of like 40 to 50 million for him, which is quite high for a guy who is going to be 20 years old by the transfer window's hit. So I don't know, man. It's a weird situation for us, because, you know, we do want our youths. We like, you know, decent football players. We like our pace. We like, you know, fast-paced football right now. But I'm just thinking, is there any point of buying him, as we've already got like younger style footballers? We've got quick-paced players as it is already. You know, our forward is sort of amazing right now. You know what I mean? We've got, you know, Alexis Sanchez, who's meant to be coming back, so I'm looking forward to that. I just want to know sort of like what we'll actually achieve with buying someone who's going to be worth 40 to 50 million by the next transfer window. He even might go up, if, like I said, if he has a good rest of the season. You know, by the summer, his transfer might pop up even more. So is there a way, like, is there any reason for us to sort of like make that risk? You know, because he could come back to us or come back in the Premier League, play for us and not exactly do that well. And that's the thing that I'm like really worried about. I mean, I understand that he's playing for Man City, but he's playing in Borussia Dortmund, whole different sort of style of play, whole different sort of like environment. You know, it's just so different for him. But, you know, I mean, he may come back and he may come back in the Premier League. He may go back to Man City. He may come to us. He may have an amazing season. He may do what he's basically doing now. But again, like I said, do we exactly need him? Because, you know, our forwards, like I said, is absolutely fantastic. We've got Alexis Sanchez coming back. We've got Anthony Martial, who seems to be in decent form. We got, you know, Marcus Rashford, who's, You know, it's Marcus Rashford. He's going to be the wonder kid. And, you know, we've got Daniel James, we've got Lingard, we've got Chong, we've got Gardner, we've got Greenwood. You know, we've got loads of these players. We've got Gomez. That's the thing, like, our forward is packed full with loads of different players. And, you know, if it's not just them, you know, we've got Andreas Pereira that can play in that positions. We've got Paul Pogba that can play in up front a little bit as well. So it's like we have no need really to buy someone like him. I mean, if he was only like 15 million, like Daniel James was, then then maybe that would be sort of like a decent buy, because we're getting someone who's potentially worth the 40 to 50 million, but we've only paid 15 million for him. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe, you know, like I said, he's a fantastic player. Don't get me wrong. You know, he's a young lad, but you know, we've seen a lot of them. You know, I don't know if you remember a guy that used to play for us called Machida or Makeda, and he was like the wonder kid. You know, he scored on his debut, and you know, it was like he was like the wonder kid of football, and he was the wonder kid of the Premier League, and he was going to be like this big thing for us. And then it sort of just went gone. You know what I mean? It just went sour. And there's I can't remember where he plays for now, but he played back in the Premier League again. I really can't remember, but his name is Morrison. Morrison's, yeah. So he used to play for us as well. Really, when he was like really young, and he was like meant to be the top prospect. And then, you know, he went off to Marseille. I want to say that. I can't remember. It might have been that, I don't know. And he went off and, you know, he had an okay season, I guess. But, you know, now he's back in the Premier League again after a lot of years. So we've always had sort of like these potential, you know, upcoming prospect players. But, you know, at the end of the day, right now, I feel we are buying players which have already proven themselves. So, say, for example, like Maguire, he's proven himself at Leicester, he's proven himself in England. You know, he's done so well already. That's why, you know, in my personal opinion, he is going to be our main defender. He's going to be our leader. He's going to be, you know, he's a potential captain. You know, he's got every sort of attribute about him that can sort of say, you know, we're okay, we're lucky, we're happy. You know, and I understand the money is quite high. He's higher than Van Dijk, but you know, at the end of the day, I don't give a shit. Like, at the end of the day, he's a great player, great defender. He's strong. He takes long strides. He's not exactly the quickest, but at the end of the day, why would you want quick defenders? You know what I mean? Like, as long as they can get back into their positions quick enough, then we're happy. And you see that against Chelsea. You know what I mean? He's always there. He had everything about him that game. So, and that's the thing. You know, you got AWB, and he's just killing the scene, and he's proved himself already. And you've got Daniel James, who's proved himself at Swansea. So, and that's the thing. Like, we don't really, in my personal opinion, we don't really need to change anything apart from working on our midfield. Like, if we can work on our midfield and make it a little bit more stronger, make it a little bit more, you know, make Pogba more sort of like, get him out of that sort of childish side of him, and make him a lot more of a leader. I'm not saying give him the captain armband. I don't think he deserves that just yet, but make him sort of like the leader of like the midfields, and I feel like he would have, you know, he'll have the best season yet. I'm so sorry about my voice. For some reason, it keeps going like croaky and everything. I'm going to have to edit so much of this, but yeah, I think I'm coming down the side. So either way, yeah. But you know, I feel like with Pogba, you know, if he can just sort of like sort his like mentality out, and you know, doesn't have that childish side of him, and he doesn't flip out as easy, then I reckon he could sort of help that midfield become the best midfield there is. Because like it's not exactly, you know, we haven't got stupid players. We haven't got like crap midfielders. You know, Andreas Pereira, Fred, you know, Matic, who was a very good bloody player. You know, we've got, you know, the Chongs. You know, that's the thing. We've got so many different players that can play in that midfield, which are absolutely fantastic players. So we don't exactly need to change anything about it. I just feel like we just need Pogba to change his sort of mentality for then him to coach the others, like Maguire's going to do for Lindelof. If you get what I mean, it's just simple as that. But hey, either way, you know, if we, like I said, if we got Jadon Sancho on a £15 million and £5 million on add-ons like we did with Daniel James, then I wouldn't mind so much. £20 million for a 19-year-old lad, and he's decent. He's got potential to be this big prospect, and we can probably, you know, when he gets into that certain age, if we want to leave, we can get a good 50 to 60 million out of him, or even more. So that's the thing. We need to start focusing. I understand a lot of teams want to go and buy. And, you know, and I understand that that's what we kind of needed to do. But I'm not being funny. I'm quite happy with where we are at the moment. We've got Wolves on Monday. I'm happy for it. I'm looking forward to the game. Like I said it's about 3-4-0. And yeah, we'll just look forward to that. But yeah, this is my sort of story and my sort of like how I feel the whole situation with Jadon Sancho is. Let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are on this whole situation. Do you think we need him? Is there any point of grabbing him? You know, by the time the January and summer transfer windows is there any point of, you know, spending 50 to 60 million on him? You know, it's things like that. So let me know down in the comments below. If you do, please come and check out my second channel. That's my reaction channel. Make sure to leave me suggestions on there. That'll be in the first link in the description. If you did like this video, please make sure to smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button, make sure to share with all your friends and family, hit the bell notification so you never miss a video from me. I nearly messed that up. But either way, guys, thank you very much and bye-bye.